Hello, my name is Heather Hartley, and I will be going over the team level intervention process consultation. So, Edgar Schein describes process consultation as the creation of a relationship with the client that permits the client to perceive, understand, and act on the process events that occur in the client's internal and external environment in order to improve the situation as defined by the client. The main purpose of this intervention is to improve team effectiveness. To do this, Shine states that process consultation has three main principles. First, the client always knows more about their own situation than the consultant will. The process requires psychological ownership of the activities on part of the client. And lastly, the consultant should seek to develop the client's capabilities to solve their own problems. The main features of this intervention are that it is a collaborative relationship between the consultant and the client, with the consultant facilitating the client's process of the exploration and intervention into the organization's problems. This encourages the involvement between the two parties throughout the entire process, and it can help break down the resistance and resentment to the proposed solutions. The process consultant's role throughout the intervention is to function as a facilitator rather than a subject matter expert, provide feedback, collaborate with client and client members, help the client move to independence, allow clients to own and manage the process and its outcome, and finally, to help transfer the skills to the client organization. As I mentioned, one of the roles of the process consultant is to provide feedback. This can be done through sociograms, which is used to provide feedback on the way the team is communicating, periodic processes discussions, surveys, and one on one coaching. So, now we will discuss a few of the strengths and weaknesses that are prevalent in this intervention. The first strength is that it can be specifically tailored to a team situation, unlike other consultation methods. Second, it creates a strong partnership between the client and consultant because they act as equals. For example, the client provides the knowledge of the organization's business and issues, and the consultant provides the knowledge of techniques and practices that can solve those issues. Lastly, in this model, the concept of learning organization is second nature. The sharing of problems and resolutions leads to a shared vision by having the process consultants ensure that the tools being employed are the best fit for the organization's needs and interest. Now, moving on to the weaknesses. The process consultation weakness is that it focuses on solving the problem and doesn't take into account the problem solving ability of that organization. So, for the first example, we have a process consultant working with a group of people within an organization. She begins to use a sociogram to provide specific feedback on the way the team is communicating. She starts by drawing a diagram with circles for each participant. Every time a person begins a conversation and someone takes over that conversation, she draws a line connecting the two. This process happens for about 10 to 15 minutes. During the conversation, the process consultant sees that person D didn't contribute to the topic at all, and participant B connects with everyone. This shows her that participant B might be the team leader. After the group is finished with their discussion, the team comes together to talk about why this is the pattern and if it makes sense to the team. This process consultation ends with the team understanding their roles and how to communicate amongst the group. For the second example, we have the Thornton Police Department, who needs to analyze their unique administrative procedures to ensure the maximum effectiveness in providing guidance to the department. The process consultant has to examine two major areas of concern: the improvement of technology and the improvement of the current disciplinary review process. This required the process consultant to examine the positive and negative attributes of the two areas through employee surveys that rate the current system. The consultant then had to collect data and design techniques for the client to be implemented following the consultative period. First, the PC and the client demonstrated the new technology and then designed a timetable to implement it. Second, together they edited the discipline review process flowchart to determine appropriate disciplinary actions and dictated the appropriate guidelines to be followed for all employees. The consultant has provided the client with new knowledge of interventions available in areas of concern that need further review by the organization leaders, as provided by the feedback received via the employee survey. Mr. Sheen also developed the 10 principles of process consultants, which I thought was very interesting, and here they are. First, you need to always try to be helpful. Second, always stay in touch with current reality. Third, access your ignorance. Fourth, everything you do is an intervention. Fifth, it is the client who owns the problem and the solution. Number 6, go with the flow. Number 7, timing is crucial. Number 8, be constructively opportunistic with conformative interventions. Number 9, everything is a source of data. Errors are inevitable and learn from them. And lastly, when in doubt, share the problem. And I thought that was just a good capture of process consultants and the things they need to do to be successful. So here we are at the end of the presentation. I hope you enjoyed the presentation over process consultation. Again, my name is Heather Hartley, and have a good night.